Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of great millstone rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Um, this is another commentary, this being on Matthew chapter 8. Matthew 8, verse 1. When he was come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. And behold, there came a leper and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. And Yahushua put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. Okay? And that was done by his faith, because he said, if it be of your will, I'll be clean. You can make me clean. And he said, could, and the Lord did, because it was of the will. All right? The Heavenly Father through him. Verse 4, and Yahushua saith unto him, see thou tell no man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priests, and offer the gift that Moses commanded. Oh, so that shows you there Yahushua was a follower of the law. And he reiterated this point in Matthew the 5th chapter, where he actually says that, um, basically, if any man that don't teach men to follow the laws, they'll be called the least in the kingdom. Okay, so it shows you that even after he'd done the cleansing of the man through by a miracle, that he commanded him, look, you should offer the gift that Moses commanded for a testimony unto them. So basically, that's just faith without works is dead, because he had faith in the fact that the Lord could make him clean, but he told him to follow up and follow the commandments, okay, according that had been commanded from going back to the time of Moses. All right. Verse 5, and when Yahushua was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion, beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. Okay. And Yahushua saith unto him, I will come and heal. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. Okay. Verse 9, for I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, go, and he goeth, and to another, come, and he cometh, and to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. When Yahushua heard it, he marveled, and said to them that followed, verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. Okay, so now first thing I'd like to say, the first question to be asked is, this guy was a centurion, and he said there was no faith like in the whole nation of Israel. So was this guy a heathen, okay, that had greater faith than all those in Israel? No, he was a man that had the occupation of a centurion, but that didn't determine his race, okay? His race was a totally different thing from his occupation. Like in this day and age, you have so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American men, even women as well, that within the military forces of America, the military forces of the UK, military forces all over the world, wherever we've been scattered. And guess what? Does that make them then an Edomite? No, it doesn't, because that's their occupation, their job, okay? But they're off because they're under the vibration of the image of the beast. They've made an oath onto the power structure. So that's really where the line is drawn of difference, okay? But the point being is, this man was not a heathen. It says the just shall live by faith. And who is the just? The nation of Israel, man, who the Most High made to be just and upstanding. Okay, so now when this man, for the other way, this man was said to have the greatest faith and was a centurion, obviously an Israelite. Okay, and he said, I have not found so great faith, not in Israel, because basically what he understood was, he said he's a man under authority, having soldiers under me. He knew that Yahushua, if you remember, we read, I believe in verse 7, that verse 7 and 29, for he taught them as one having authority. Now he understands that Yahushua had authority as well. Okay, the same way he had authority, but he had a carnal authority. But whereas Yahushua had what, a spiritual authority. So he knew that, look, by his word, the centurion knew by his word, when he tells his servants to do this and do that, that's going to be done. So he understood the same construct, the same concept, or the same thing applied to Yahweh Shai. Him telling, he has command over the spirits. He says, look, this demon be gone, and the demon's gone. And there's countless experiences, um, examples. Like, for example, Legion being cast in, I believe it's Legion that was cast into the pigs that run over off the cliff side. That's an example. Okay. So, going back to where I was reading, it says, and that's why he said, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel, because he had great understanding of what, and belief in the power of what Yahweh Shai could do. Verse 11, and I say unto you that many shall come from east and west, be in the whole world, okay, showing you that the nation of Israel scattered all over the earth, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so they're all going to sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all right, in the kingdom, which is a physical, is going to be on earth, all right, and the kingdom is basically the children of Israel establishing themselves upon the earth, okay, as a kingdom of heaven. Verse 12, but the children of the kingdom shall be cast um, out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Those that are not right, okay, gonna die of participate in the second death, which is the flooding of ICBMs upon the land of America, which is known as Babylon the Great. Okay, that's a prophecy that's speedily approaching. And Yahushua said unto the centurion, go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the self same hour, okay, because of his faith. And when Yahushua was come into Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother lay and sick of a fever. And he touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she arose and ministered unto them. When the even was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, and he cast out the spirits with his word. Okay, so he was cast, and that's a proving of what the point I just said, the fact that Yahushua could cast out devils by his word. Okay, because he had that authority, and healed all that were sick, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses. And that was a film of prophecy, because the testimony of Yahushua is a spirit of prophecy. So Yahushua doing all of these things in fulfillment of prophecy is in the spirit, man. Now when Yahushua saw great multitudes about him, he gave commandment to depart unto the other side. And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Yahushua saith unto him, the foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man have not where to lay his head. Okay, and that's one of the things, bearing our cross and the servant not being greater than the master. That's something that, brothers may or may not experience, man. Having, uh, not having a place to lay his head, but that shows you the temperance of this kingdom. And when I say temperance, I mean how temporary this kingdom is. Okay, and how this, when you're participating in this and making your body a living sacrifice, it's one of the things that is laid out, that it's a great possibility that you're gonna endure. All right, having not a place to lay your head. Verse 21, and another of his disciples said unto him, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. But Yahushua said unto him, follow me and let the dead bury the dead. So he told him, look, follow me now, man. Forget about that. You're down with me now. You're my servant. All right. Verse 23, and when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with waves, but he was asleep. Okay, and his disciples came to him and woke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish. And he saith unto them, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. Yeah, it shows you Yahushua weren't bothered by no tempest. He was asleep because he knew what the outcome would be, and he knew he was on a mission, but they lacked that faith of the accomplishment of that mission. So the Lord will, one thing to uh, reap from that is that the Lord is gonna protect you, man, no matter what climate you're in, man. If you're of the elect, and the shared belief that you're of the elect, and the Lord will enable you to accomplish any task that is set before this task of the ministry set before you, should give you that faith and determination that nothing can stop you. But then guess what? Job 13, it tells you, man, even if he slay me, I'll maintain my trust in him. So even if you do succumb to you know a, a end, you know, death in this carnal flesh, you're still going to maintain your integrity in the Heavenly Father and His Son through the Holy Spirit. All right. So verse 27, but the men marveled, saying, what manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? And when he was come to the other side, into the country of Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tubes, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, what have we to do with thee, Yahushua, thou Son of the Most High? So these men that are possessed by demons, they understood this chapter is showing you Yahushua's authority. Okay, it's hot on the heels of the 7th chapter. Basically, Yahushua had authority. He was the top spirit, man, and on earth he had that. He was given that power. He was bestowed that power, and demons were aware of that. They'll prove that. All right. Because guess what? They were connected with the spiritual realm on the left-hand side. And they understood his place. Okay? And they knew he was the Son of the Most High, Yahweh. Okay? In the spirit. In the flesh. Manifest in the flesh. What have we to do with thee, Yahushua, thou Son of the Most High? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? Because guess what? It was their time to torment the people. Okay? It was the time of Satan to have his place upon the earth. Okay? As Paul spoke of that in the book of Thessalonians. What did he speak about? He spoke about Salakia, excuse me. He spoke about the son of perdition, okay, basically ruling over the earth at its present time, and that's the way it was. All right. So verse 30, and there was a good way off from them a herd of swine feeding. See, the Spirit has said this, and this is where we're at. So the devils besought him, saying, if thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. Okay, so they requested that he cast him into the swine. They asked. They didn't say we're going into the swine. They asked if he's gonna cast them out, put them in a swine. And that even showed you as well that pork, man, pigs is an unclean animal that rolls around in its own feces, and that's why, as an Israelite, given under this royal law, that basically gives you basically puts you up as a ruling class, you shouldn't be eating that, man. All right, or have no means in no fashion or way. All right, because that's unclean. That's for the lowly. Verse 32, and he said unto them, go, and when they came out. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine, and behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea and perished in the waters. So these swine, when they realized the demons were on them, they killed themselves, man. All right, that's how much they weren't feeling them demons being on them. Verse 33, and they that kept them fled and went their ways into the city and told everything, and there was and what was befallen to the possessed of the devils. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Yahushua. And when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coasts. All right. So they weren't, Jay, man. They weren't feeling that. But with that, man, I pray you're edified. Shalom.